Very good afternoon to you. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I am Olusegun Fawole. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has restated Nigeria's readiness to partner with credible global investors, particularly Nigerians in the diaspora. The president made the declaration in Lagos after a separate meeting with global investment figures, describing such partnership as part of efforts to secure energy independence and deliver modern infrastructure to power prosperity across Africa. The tips of the engagements were shared on the president's verified X handle, where he stated that his administration's reforms are already reshaping the investment climate. The federal government has announced that there will be no anniversary parade to mark the 65th independence celebration tomorrow in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. However, other programs already slated for the anniversary will take place according to a statement by the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume. The Director of Information and Public Relations in the Office of the SGF, Segun Imohiosen, explained that the decision does not diminish the significance of the milestone celebration. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has directed its affiliate unions to begin urgent mobilization and prepare for a nationwide industrial action against the Dangote Group, accusing the conglomerate of sustained anti-worker practices. This came as the nationwide strike declared by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSN, against the refinery paralyzed operations at key oil and gas regulatory institutions, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Meanwhile, the National Industrial Court in Abuja earlier restrained PENGASSN from embarking on its industrial action against Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the petrochemicals FZE. However, PENGASSN declared that it was not aware of the court injunction, arguing that court orders or processes were served via a court bailiff and not through social media. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has given the federal government a 14-day ultimatum to address its 7-point demands or face an industrial action. ASU's national president, Professor Chris Piwuna, announced the strike notice while addressing reporters at its National Executive Council (NEC) meeting in Abuja. However, in a recent interview, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said there was no need for the union to embark on a strike in the middle of ongoing talks, thereby appealing to the university lecturers to exercise some patience. Dayo Ogungbenro has emerged as the chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Oyo State chapter, following the announcement of results at the 2025 Oyo State PDP Congress held at the Lekan Salami Stadium in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Richard Ashaolu has the report.
Richard Ashaolu for Dominion News. The People's Democratic Party in Oyo State has successfully conducted its 2025 State Congress to elect new executive members. The event was held at Adamasingba Stadium, Ibadan, drawing delegates from all local government areas across the state. The Oyo State Governor, Governor Oluseyi Makinde, who took part in the voting exercise, addressed the gathering and emphasized the importance of internal democracy, unity, and strategic leadership within the party. He encouraged the newly elected executive to work in line with the party's vision and objectives.
Executives that will emerge from this exercise, your mandate is very clear. Deliver PDP from the presidential to the councillorship position in 2027.
Speaking to the journalists at the event, several PDP stakeholders expressed satisfaction with the organization of the Congress. They shared their optimism about the future of the party in the state, describing the Congress as a step forward in preparing for the upcoming political engagement.
You can see the turnout is massive. The performance here is very sensational.
Everybody here today as a delegate to do their constitutional duty in order to at least give us the upper hand.
His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde has shown us that peace is above everything.
I am very happy with the outcome of this process.
At the end of the election, Ogungbenro emerged victorious after polling 3,975 at the State Congress, while Wasiu Adeleke emerged as Vice Chairman, having polled 3,975 votes at the PDP State Congress. The chairman, Oyo State PDP 2025 Congress Electoral Committee, Senator Austin Akokoni, while inaugurating the winners, described the election as free and fair.
I hereby declare Ogungbenro Abiona Dayo and Adeleke Wasiu Adeomi as duly elected as chairman and deputy chairman.
4,050 delegates were accredited at the Congress, having 4,021 voted, while 74 votes were voided. Richard Ashalu for Dominion News.
The Most Beautiful Yoruba Girl Cultural Experience 2025 has officially kicked off in Ibadan, while the unveiling of contestants and a colorful celebration of Yoruba cultural heritage. Our correspondent, Eniola Salvador, reports.
The fifth edition of the cultural event opened at an art gallery in Bodija, drawing participants, cultural enthusiasts. The ceremony featured traditional performances, art display, indigenous games, and press conference. Organizers described the initiative as a platform to project Yoruba culture beyond physical appearances.
I would say MBYG is the foremost cultural pageantry in Africa, promoting culture, preserving and also showcasing culture, teaching young women to embrace their cultural identity.
Contestants expressed excitement, noting the competition allowed them to not only showcase Yoruba heritage, but also to inspire others to embrace their cultural identity.
One of the contestants for Most Beautiful Yoruba Girl 2025, and I'm here to promote the culture. Yes, Yoruba culture, that's what I'm here for.
Here for this program is majorly I want to explore this culture, Yoruba culture, and I also want to gain experience in this program. Victorian
artist Tunde Odulade praised the initiative, describing it as a contribution to preserving Yoruba identity on a global stage.
We are searching for the most beautiful girl of Yoruba extraction that can, showcase, that can represent.
According to the team, the contest goes beyond beauty, serving as an educational avenue to promote Yoruba tradition, value, and excellence.
The Most Beautiful Yoruba Girl Pageant and Award has been in existence for 5 years now, and over the years we have achieved quite a number of things. We have produced several queens, doing well in their various fields of endeavor.
The opening ended in a cultural display, officially setting the stage for the cultural contest. Eniola Salvador for Dominion News.
And now to the foreign scene. The trial of former Malian Prime Minister Moussa Mara has started at the cybercrime courts in the capital, Bamako. This follows a comment Mara made in July on social media after visiting detained opposition figures in jail, which led to him being charged for undermining the credibility of the state's opposing legitimate authority and inciting public order. However, he said his visits were to make sure that the flame of hope never fades, with no intentions to cause any public disorder. The Taliban government in Afghanistan has imposed a nationwide shutdown of telecommunications weeks after it began severing fiber optics internet connections. The country is currently experiencing a total internet blackout, with international news agencies complaining to have lost contact with offices in the capital, Kabul. However, the Taliban have refused to give an official reason for the shutdown, which has affected both mobile internet and satellite TV across Afghanistan. European and Middle Eastern leaders have expressed support for a new United States brokered peace proposal aimed at ending the conflict in Gaza, while President Donald Trump issued a stark warning to Hamas to accept the deal or face consequences. The plan, jointly announced by Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, calls for an immediate ceasefire, the release of 20 living Israeli hostages within 72 hours, and the return of the remains of more than 24 others believed to be dead. In exchange, Israel will release hundreds of detained Palestinians. The plan added that Hamas will have no role in governing Gaza, leaving the door open for an eventual Palestinian state, but Netanyahu later again ruled this out. And now talking sport. The South African Football Association, SAFA, has said it will lodge a formal appeal against the 3-point deduction and fine sanctioned against it by FIFA for fielding an ineligible player, Teboho Mokoena, during the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho in March. According to latest reports, FIFA has now awarded Lesotho a 3-0 win in the Group C qualifier that took place on March 21, of which Bafana initially won by 2-0, but with a player who was supposed to be suspended. The ruling will now see their 6-point gap ahead of Nigeria cut to 3 points, while the Benin Republic topped on goal difference, against which SAFA has prepared their appeal. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at Dominion Cast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I am Olusegun Fawole. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.